Good afternoon, everyone. You know who I am. My name is John Crump, and I investigate stuff. So we have some breaking news. There was some breaking news on the Trump thing this morning, and there is more breaking news on Trump now. So what is happening is this morning, Trump's case, the classified documents case, was thrown out because the special prosecutor was
unconstitutionally put into power.
Put into power to prosecute Trump. That was this morning. I didn't cover it because I knew this was coming out. Now we have another announcement from Ohio. The new vice president, the next vice president, in my opinion, and Trump's vice president pick is J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is a senator out of Ohio, and I've already been asked several times in the last 2 minutes, because this has happened a few minutes ago, who's going to take over his Senate spot, and that will be left up to Mike DeWine, the Republican governor of Ohio. He will be able to appoint a new senator in Ohio who serve out the rest of J.D. Vance's term.
Part of the strategy is you don't want to weaken the Senate by picking somebody as a VP candidate, and then you're going to leave a vacancy that could be filled by a Democrat.
That is correct. So J.D. Vance is now the vice president nominee, and that doesn't mean he's done with the Senate, because you could be run as a vice president nominee and you stay a member of the Senate until until you get installed, or you resign if you get elected.
So I'm trying to think, who was the last VP nominee? Was it Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan was one, yes.
So that he was Speaker of the House at the time, so a member of the House and Speaker of the House.
Yes. So J.D. Vance is now going to be, he is currently the vice president nominee for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
From Ohio.
That's pretty exciting.
Which makes a lot of sense, because Ohio is one of those swing states.
Well, that's the other calculation you do politically, is you choose a VP from an area that will bring you votes. So it's like, I like J.D. Vance. I'm going to vote for him and Trump because I want him to be VP.
That is correct. J.D. Vance grew up in Ohio. He went to Ohio State University, so he is not a person that just moved to Ohio to run.
Cool. And there were a number of potential VP people from, I would say, the selection. My governor of Florida would have been one of them. Now, is there a problem with the president and the VP being from the same state?
Usually, it's not a problem. It's not like not legal, but it makes sense to go with another state.
So they say Rubio for attorney general. I don't know about that. I want Mark Levin for attorney general. That's who I want.
It's easy to be
Hold on.
skeptical.
But my phone went off. Okay, so here is a little bit about Vance, right? So he went to Ohio and everything else. He was a venture capitalist, and he used to work for Peter Thiel's firm. If you don't know who Peter Thiel is, he founded PayPal with Elon Musk. Libertarian guy.
Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk threw money behind Trump recently also.
And endorsed him. Yeah. He also co-founded a investor firm called Revolution LLC with Steve Case. If you don't know who Steve Case is, Steve Case was the founder of AOL.
So now, politically, AOL, I'm assuming they're not right-wing or libertarian.
Well, I got some stories about AOL back in the day. I don't know if I should go into those about Steve Case. If you don't know, really quick, I lived near Steve Case back in the day, and I had some friends that worked directly for Steve Case when AOL was a small little company, and they used to charge by the hour.
Oh yes.
And Steve Case would pay these kids that I went to school with extra money to sit at the AOL headquarters, which at the time was not in. Now it's in like Dallas, Sterling, but it moved there, but it was used to be in Vienna. So he would pay people from George Mason University, these guys at George Mason, to sit on the computer and talk to and pretend like they were girls to keep people online because it was charged by the hour. And they had little hotkeys where they would push, and people would always be like, "Oh, you guys are typing so fast." It was like half my fraternity there going push, push, push. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I never did it, but I had a bunch of fraternity brothers that did.
So AOL had paid catfishers, is what you're saying.
Correct. So we'll have to see what's going on. This is the committee assignments that he is. He's on the Committee for Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. The subcommittees under that is Financial Institutions and Consumer Protection, Housing, Transportation, and Community Development, Securities, Insurance, and Investment subcommittees. He's also in the Senate Committee for Commerce, Science, and Technology and Transportation, which makes sense since he was a, I guess you can say tech guy. And his subcommittees was Communication, Media, Broadband, which he understands, Oceans, Fisheries, and Climate Change and Manufacturing. He's not a climate changer, though. Say that. And Space and Science. And he's on the special committee on aging. Trump announced it right before it was announced at the convention on his platform Truth Social.
Oh wow.
Which is a platform. The other people that people were thinking would be Vivek, Robert Kennedy, who's actually in Milwaukee today.
Really? Robert Kennedy wasn't on my bingo card for that.
Well,
but
people started thinking about it because he was seen at the Republican convention today.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but I mean, he could be what I don't want to make any more conjecture. But Vivek, I like and don't like. I don't like because he has a lot of globalist background. So I think he's crazy smart. If you put him like head of FCC or something like that, that would be fantastic. Or some other cabinet position. I think he'd be like amazing.
I think he's going to be in a cabinet position. But I'm going to bring up Donald Trump's Truth Social post. And Rich, you can go ahead and read it because that's why I have you on here to read stuff.
And I didn't clean my glasses.
Well,
after lengthy deliberation and thought, and
Well,
considering
well,
the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided the person best suited to assume position of Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. J.D. honorably served the country in the Marine Corps, or should I say corpse? Is it Marine Corpsman? Graduated from Ohio State University in 2 years, summa cum laude, obviously an underachiever, and is a graduate of Yale Law School. President of the Yale Law Veterans Association. JD's book, Hillbilly, isn't it Hillbilly? I thought it was something else. Elegy? I thought it was another title, but became a major bestseller and movie as it championed the hardworking men and women of our country. I can't even say it right now. JD has had a very successful business career in technology and finance, and now during the campaign will strongly focus on the people he fought so brilliantly for, the American workers and farmers in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond. Wow. Well, congratulations, JD Vance. I'm saying Trump is our future next president, and JD Vance is our future next vice president. So does he get the Trump mini jet?
I don't know, but I'm not pitting in. I'm not going to vote. I mean, I'm going to vote, but I'm not going to say that I believe that Trump is going to beat Biden. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch.
So here's the whole thing where I come from. First off, don't count anything as a done deal. The other thing is we should campaign and vote like we're 20 points down. That's so as much as I'm very confident, you don't still need to put all the hard work in.
Yeah, one of the things that I do want to point out is that Vance used to be a never Trumper.
Really, I didn't know that. I did not know
Hitler before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that about JD Vance. I'm a little stunned.
So it might bring in this is
so the more traditional part of the Republican Party.
Yeah, this is what he wrote in the past. He wrote, I go back and forth thinking Trump is a cynical asshole like Nixon who wouldn't be that bad and might even prove useful. Or he's America's Hitler. He no longer represents his opinion, though. He said he changed his opinion.
Wow. That's all right. So, Crump, would you ever write anything like that about anyone that could possibly be on your team?
No, but I don't know. Maybe.
That's one of those things. Like you don't necessarily want to shove your foot or your head so far up your ass by writing something like that. That's for a smart guy, not a smart piece of literature.
He has walked it back since then, though. He did say there was not one moment. Just every
you mean like Nikki Haley's walked it back also? Somebody who's politically dead to me.
Over a longer period of time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, I used, when Nikki Haley was governor, I used to think the world of her, and then slowly the shine wore off. I just think she's a complete POS now. So I never thought that about JD Vance, and I never knew those quotes about him.
Yeah.
But again, I I mean, the thing for that, it could have been political strategy. It could have been, hey, this is what I need to say to win votes and get elected. And
Yeah, there's a lot of that done. Yeah, there's a lot of that to be done. Yeah, I do think Tulsi Gabbard. People were talking about Tulsi Gabbard. I think I think that she's going to have a show or talk show pretty soon.
yeah, and a lot of these people. So Tulsi Gabbard, I don't. Was Tulsi Gabbard ever like far left wing, or was she always a little more on
She was always
centrist?
towards the centrist,
Yeah.
but now she's kind of. It's just like I don't know if you remember, but in the early 2000s, there was a Democrat called Zell Miller
Hmm.
who actually spoke at the RNC
Oh
for
yeah.
then George W. Bush because he said, "Hey, the Democrat Party left me. I didn't,
Yes. Yeah, I
my
remember
view
that.
is
Right.
still the same, but now I'm still a Democrat, but my views are closer to George W. Bush than they are to the Democrats." They spoke there. Uh,
Right.
Same with Al Gore's old running mate, the late Joe Lieberman.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to make fun of him like he was Droopy Dog. He was senator from Connecticut, and Joe Lieberman. I would say most of us would probably agree with him on like 7 out of 10 things or more.
Yeah, well, he basically said the Democrats left him when they
Hmm.
turned their left. I mean, you see people like Manchin. Manchin went independent. Now he still caucuses with Democrats, but
Yeah.
he went independent because the Democrats have moved.
I don't. I just saw this. Tulsi was a lieutenant colonel.
You know who else
I forget what.
was the same officer ranking as Tulsi? You should guess this.
No,
Someone very close to me.
your wife.
My wife. Yes.
So in the admiral she reports to, in what's his name? Her name? His name? Her name? Is her name?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be like a whiny little but in all reality, the Nobel Peace Prize or being some high general, colonel, commander was always like way up there in my mind, and the idea that they're passing Nobel Peace Prizes out to people that have done nothing, like Barack Obama or Yasser Arafat, is just completely disgusting. And Trump, who had, was it 3 or 4 treaties in the Middle East, they just like didn't see anything.
Yeah. So it's going to be definitely interesting. Um, so JD Vance will be the next. It will be the next vice president candidate. I hope. Vice president. I hope. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm still not a Trump fan, but he is better than Biden.
Yeah, I mean, look, I am a Trump fan. I moved to be as close to him as I possibly could, so I'm 20 minutes from Mar-a-Lago. I'm making a joke. Um, yeah, I've recognized that both Trump and Reagan have done damage to the Second Amendment. So
Huge damage.
I'm
Especially
hoping, yeah, I'm hoping Trump learns and mends his ways. If he made Donald Trump Jr. Head of the ATF, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah. So Steve Dettelbach might be looking for a job in a couple months.
Yes. Don't let the door hit him on his ass.
I think I'm going to send a request for comment to the ATF and ask if Steve Dettelbach has been preparing his resume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we could get, I mean, there's a lot of agencies in the Fed that need to get cleared significantly. So pretty impressive. If it was another day where I got a good day's rest, I would have went live on. I forget the Florida judge's name, but she dismissed the case against Trump on the documents. So this kind of looks like all of the cases that have been brought against Trump and even the New York conviction. I should say all of the criminal cases brought
Yeah,
against Trump.
you're talking about Judge Cannon.
Yes,
Can't remember
yes.
what her first name is.
Looks it's pretty impressive. It looks like all of the criminal proceedings against Trump are falling the frick apart. So that's pretty exciting.
What is Judge Cannon's first name?
Are you asking your AI?
No, I was asking you.
Oh, okay. I mean, who's the Google?
If it Alien, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Sentinel.
Eileen?
Eileen, yeah. Eileen, whatever.
Ah, the Sentinel. Yes. And so, actually, one car fast, we are going to have a lady on today who's part of the J6 project and they're looking to get pardons for all of the people involved in J6. And I actually talked to her yesterday about Matt's case, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we got a list of people other than J6 also that should be recommended for pardons. If and God willing, Trump." Rich is jealous of Crump because he gets raised.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Rich called me up one time and said, "Hey, where can I get a free suppressor from?" I'm like, "What?" Like, I don't know. Then I was like, I was like, I paid for my own, and you're like, "Oh, some of them."
Anyway,
All right, guys. Well, wait, but that's it. Just wanted to make a quick video, let you guys know, even though it's not a gun related issue, it's going to affect guns.
yeah, hopefully in a positive way. So my hope is that President Trump wins, and that he just really, because he doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. He can pardon people the first day he's in. He can, rearrange the federal government and get rid of all of these career bureaucrat, deep state lackeys. So this could be pretty damn exciting.
Yep. Sandwich Chef has the same concerns I do.
Yeah, I don't like a tyrant in that works for me or works against me. Everything needs to be done correctly, and cross our fingers.
Yeah. Extreme out there, he does not like the pick. Honestly, I was hoping for my pick would have been Tim Scott, but
Wow. So I don't know anything about Ohio and who the governor is. Didn't the Ohio governor do something anti-gun?
Mike DeWine, yeah, he did. He's not a gun guy.
So yeah, if it'll look, we got to get the rhinos out of government. Period. That's no good. It's kind of like biblically hot or cold, not lukewarm.
Yeah. Mike DeWine has never met a red flag law that he doesn't like.
Oh, okay, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
We need to, and I
also background checks. Like background checks.
I'd like to say I admire the Democrats because they go full steam with their agenda and they work in lockstep and they don't have infighting for almost everything. When you see the Democrat House vote on something, there are very few defectors, if any.
Oh, and also social media monitoring. Forgot about that one too.
Whoa!
I'm not a big Mike DeWine fan.
Wow! He's sounding like what's her face from New York? Why can't I think of the little witch's name?
Kathy Hochul.
Hochul, yeah. She's like 5'0". Anyhow, before I go full ad hominem on people,
Yeah.
Ted
All right.
Nugent for VP.
That is. So you guys have a fun day, and I hope you all do okay. And we will be back at 5 o'clock, a little bit over an hour, and we will be talking about other stuff on John Crump Live on my other channel, John Crump Live. So.
Ooh, 28EDU chimed in. Less thrilled about the Republican ticket and party in general. Ouch.
Yeah, so am I. But we'll see what happens. And with that, we are out of here. Yeah, Kid Rock would have been a good pick. Just because that would have pissed off a lot of people.
I was waiting for Elon Musk.
Elon Musk can't be vice president.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you have to be able to become president, and
Yeah.
so not a natural-born citizen of the U.S.
Correct. So he cannot be
because he's an African American.
The most famous one. There you go. Technically, it is true. All right. We'll see you guys later.